Hello, I'm Zozo. I use they, them pronouns, and I don't know about you, but recently I was cleaning up my closet because I had to clean up my room, and to make space in my room, I had to make space in my closet, so now there's less space in the basement because a bunch of shit is now in there. But anyway, while I was going through my closet, I found, you can guess what? Silly bands! So silly bands, you know what they are. If you don't, then you wouldn't have clicked on this. So, as I was looking at my silly bands though, you know, some of them are kind of recognizable. Like, the whole point of silly bands is that it's a bracelet, but it looks like some sort of little creature or something cute, or like a dinosaur or something. And, you know, some of them, like, I could see, like, oh, maybe that's like a cat, or like a dog, maybe like a chihuahua. But some of them are a little harder to tell. Like, this one, I'm guessing it's a cupcake. Because there's no way this is supposed to be an animal, I don't think. Oh, maybe an ice cream cone? Like a short one? I don't know. That has to be food. And there's another one like this. Don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, I really can't tell. Like, I keep thinking like a sheep somehow. Like, all those little bumps are like it's wool or something. Don't know. There's also one more who's a bit of an oddball. An odd one out, if you will. Because, okay, put that one to the side. Because as you can see, these ones can all kind of like you can tell they were in like the same pack. They're in the same little plastic bag next to the cashier place, the cashier section at like Target or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. They were in the same pack. They're like they got a color palette that like goes well together-ish, I guess. And you can't tell, but they're slightly sparkly. They're all slightly sparkly. But this other one is just fucking gray. It's gray. It's not even like it's like faded or anything. Like the color's like just not there anymore. It's just gray. And I can't tell what it is either. Like, it's clearly supposed to be some sort of mammal, I'm guessing. Like some sort of little woodland mammal. But there's no distinct features to really show what in the world it's supposed to be. I'm guessing like a skunk, but I don't know why they would make a silly band of a gray skunk. My window is open. That's probably stupid for the audio. Oh my fucking god. Hold on. Anyway, stupid gray skunk. Okay, and also another thing I wanted to say, like, silly bands are geared towards kids. That's the targeted audience. So why would they make it gray? Like, I remember it. I remember having this when I was younger. Like, it was always gray. And I don't know where I got this. I think I like found it on the sidewalk and picked it up. Because I'd never gotten a silly band before, and I always wanted one, and I was so desperate that I just took the... Oh fuck, I just messed it up. I just took the random one on the sidewalk. But anyway, the whole point of this, so I'm gonna be drawing these to kind of figure what in the world they're supposed to be. I'm gonna go on my old ass iPad. It's really old. It's one of the versions. It still has the little button. Yeah. Oh, and here's my dog. Very blurry picture of my dog when she was a puppy. Her name's Riley. But yeah, I'm just gonna like trace the outside of the silly band and then try to fill in the middle and see how it goes. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Gonna get the old drawing glove on. awesome. That was really sick. I bet everyone is very impressed. Okay, my Apple Pencil isn't charged, and I don't see the point in Apple Pencils exactly when I could just use these thingies that I got like on Amazon. It came in a pack. They're of all different colors. If you want one of these yourself, the brand name on it is iBart. I kid you not, it's iBart. Is it focused? Can you see it? It says iBart. Don't know who Bart is. I don't know why they're like coming for Apple's brand with the I in front of it, but I don't think Apple's afraid. You know what I mean? I don't think they're out to get iBart. So first thing first is the line art, and if you're also an artist, you know that line art sucks. It feels like the most difficult thing to get right, but also shading is hard, and also proportions, and sometimes facial expressions is also hard. Everything's just difficult as an artist, I guess. But anyhow, so yeah, hold on, we gotta make this line thicker. I hate shading. I feel like people, they're like, oh, shading is so easy, you just know the direction of where the light is coming from. What does, I mean, I guess I get what that means, and I understand it, but I feel like I don't know, like, I need a reference for shading. Like, I don't know, like, exactly how, like, certain objects or whatever, or certain shapes, like, interact with the shading. I don't know if that makes sense. But, like, yeah, it's annoying, because I feel like wrong layer. Wrong layer. Oh, that's off to a good start. Wrong layer. Okay. My screen recording. Okay, I'm good. Anyway. Hello. Oh, I'm on the eraser. Dumbass. So yeah, shading. I can't figure it out. I need a reference for it. I guess everyone needs a reference for every part of drawing, but I feel like nobody, like, usually when people talk about, I keep hitting my desk and my water bottle keeps jingling. Anyway, there we go. Like, I feel like when people talk about using a reference for art, like, they're automatically talking about like proportions and whatnot. Like, I feel like that's the first thing that comes to mind, but I also like again, like, stuff like shading is something that you need a reference for, because I'm just an idiot. Like, because they always use like really basic examples with shading, like a sphere or a cube, and I'm like, okay, but what about a person's face? Like, you see this lighting, like, there's light here, that's where the light is coming from, and then like the middle is kind of shaded. I'm realizing this is bad lighting because the middle of my face isn't lit up anyway. But see, there's also some light like over here, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not like they in those stupid tutorials on like Instagram, and by tutorials I mean those, just the posts. The post, it's a post, that's the word for it. And it's like, it's like don't and do, and it's just like not helpful all the time. Like, because like with shading, like, it's more nuanced, is that the word for it, or like detailed. It's not as simple, and like the stupid Instagram posts that are like supposed to be like tutorials are just like they oversimplify it. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna do all of the outlines. I'm gonna do all the line art first, just because I feel like it. But anyway, speaking of those stupid Instagram don't and do artist posts, there's like, God, I remember I was watching, or I wasn't watching one, I was looking at one, because again, it's a post, not a full-blown tutorial. That's really helpful. I mean, some of them can be, but for the most part, anyway, I was looking at one, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it and edit it in, but one of them was like specifically about how to draw hair, and it was like the left hand side, that was like the don't column. It was like this kind of like, it was just sort of like this straight hair, just kind of over the face. Like it wasn't like big swoopy hair. That's typically more interesting to look at, I guess. So yeah, the don't thing was like just like this kind of blandish hair, which is commonly seen in anime. Like, if I can't find the original post, I'll just put in literally like typical anime hair, because, well, anime like boy hair, you know, the anime cishet boy hair, because that's literally what the post was saying to not do, even though that sort of style is what is used in actual shows, which is just ironic to me that that just really shows how art, there isn't any like rules to it, or I mean there are, I guess, but like there's like technical whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, actually. I don't actually know anything that I'm talking about. Like there are rules, but there aren't rules. Because with stuff like that, like some people are like, oh, you never want to draw your hair like that. But it's honestly like just a preference thing, because there are other people who do draw hair like that, and they're clearly successful because they're animating for like professional shows, you know, like anime and stuff. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. And another thing, I was just thinking about it the other day. I saw another post like that. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to find it and edit it in, but again, for the don't section, or like, let me back up. It was specifically talking about like drawing like anthropomorphic characters, or like even more specifically like characters that have like ears, like animal ears. Imagine having ears. Couldn't be me. But it was like, yeah, like a character with like cat ears, which is typically drawn, or I could show it on my iPad, which is typically drawn like, you know, like here's a person's face. I'm just gonna, okay, boop, 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 boop. There's a person. Let me erase the sketchy thing. Dude, I remember I was texting this one friend and I had drawn something and it was a sketch, and I had that original, like that first circle, like a part of it, because that's part of the sketching process, you know? And I texted it to him, and he was like, it looks really cool, but what's that like circle in the middle of this dude's face? I'm like, it's part of the sketch, dog. Like, because I was literally doodling like in my notebook. Like I wasn't, like it wasn't the finished product. And I'm just like, you're an idiot. His name was Joe. Typical Joes. But anyway, point is, I saw a thing on Instagram like this. There's a person, so cute, and they're not exactly human, so no human ears like that. But yeah, typically people draw, like characters with animal ears, like right here, you know, on the top of their head. And the Instagram post was saying, don't do that, because that's not anatomically correct, because the ear canals are over here. So if anything, you would draw the ears like this. That doesn't look as good. Or at least, okay, mine specifically doesn't. They drew it so it still looks like cat ears, I guess, but still, it's just funny how that person talked about being anatomically correct when drawing cat ears on a person. The goal isn't to be anatomically correct. Like, clearly, this is not gonna be anatomically correct. Because it's just, that's not what they're going for. Like, I understand. Like, that is interesting to think about. To be like, oh, like, technically, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Back when I was, like, maybe 13? I don't know. But a few years later, now I'm 18, 5 years later, I've leveled up and everything, like, but now I'm just like, that is stupid. That's stupid, because I already said why, but it's arguing about being anatomically correct. Almost drew on the wrong layer again. Okay. When it's a person with cat ears, like, it's not gonna be anatomically correct. There's gonna be some imagination here, some creativity. So it's just interesting. Because also with art, like, with like certain art styles, there's like always like more like angular ones. Oh my god, I saw this one that was of Nicole Watterson the other day, and it was like a very angular art style, and it looks really cool. And technically it's not accurate, because one, she's a cat person, but two, because like it's more angular than a person actually is. So that's just interesting to think of, like, where the line is. I don't know. It's just interesting, or maybe like the balance. Interesting to see the balance between like being creative. Oh my god, this looks so dirty. Do you see like these little hairs and crap on this? All this dust and pubes on it? It's nasty. Anyway, yeah, it's just interesting to be like, hey, what was I saying? To think of like how I really lost my train of thought. I think I already made my point. I'm not entirely sure what I said, but I think I made my point. Oh, the balance between like art looking right, like proportionate and whatnot, because there's definitely a way to make it still look like proportional or something, but be in a certain sort of art style. And there's also a way to make it like, because there are even like, I remember, let me start this whole thing over again. I remember when I was first starting out drawing, and I drew everything in like a chibi style, because that's just what my art style was. And well, this is great line art right here. And like, even though it was a cartoonish style, there was still like definitely like some doodles where it was like you could just tell something was off, even though it wasn't supposed to look realistic, like, you could still tell, like, that's not the way bodies do. That's not the way things are shaped. Even though it was in, like, a cartoony art style, like, you can still kind of tell, like, something was off. I'll probably edit in my old doodles, oh god, as an example. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll want to find them, maybe I won't. But yeah, not me literally pinpointing? I don't know, fussing over that little detail there. Okay. I don't know if that was an abrupt, awkward ending. I don't know. Again, editing, huh? I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. But, okay, I'm gonna finish up the line art. And then we're really gonna get into the swinging thing. Hi. Okay, so I'm editing. As you can tell by the headphones, the different everything. You got it. And so I forgot to screen record my screen for this next bit. So you would just see me and not me drawing along with it. But I think it's fine cuz I do talk about my ex and dropping out of college, and I think they're interesting things. So yeah, I'm leaving that part in. I did mention a specific thing, but later I just screen recorded a certain part, and you'll see what I mean when you suddenly see my other iPad screen. But yeah. Okay, I'm back, and without my hoodie on now cuz it got hot. I'm actually not done with the line art, but I thought of something to say. Okay, so shut up. But yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but I was recently going through, I was cleaning out my closet because I was cleaning out my room, and then I put a bunch of crap in the basement now. But anyway, so why I was doing that, this silly band is so weird. I don't know why there's all this extra gunk here. You know, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? All this extra crap, that is so weird. I don't know. I was just about to say there must have been something wrong with the printer. I don't think silly bands were printed. Anyway, listen, I dropped out of college for a reason, which is exactly what I was going to say. I hit my elbow on the table. I dropped out of college recently, because it just wasn't for me. Very interesting. Can you guess what I want to do instead of college? Anyway, but yeah, obviously, I'm drawing. I'm interested in making videos and in making music. I think I'm gonna make my own little background music for this. So I have no idea how that's gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna be too distracting or too boring or too annoying. I don't know, but we're gonna see. Maybe I'll make it like a 1-minute loop so it's not terribly repetitive. We'll see how it goes. But it's weird because I don't want to put too much effort into it because it is background music, so it's not supposed to be like distracting. Anyway, my point is, what I was gonna say is what prompted me to drop out actually is I got dumped by my boyfriend, which is a really funny story, and I'm gonna say it in one sentence, and this one sentence may or may not use a semicolon, so don't say, oh, it's actually 2 sentences. because there's a semicolon, all right? You just can't hear it. But anyway, so I'm like nervous now. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to make it like 3 sentences long. So I got dumped over text while I was watching Megamind because my boyfriend is straight and I'm non-binary. Even though he told me that he loved me even before we started dating. Now, okay, little parentheses moment here. That did make me like raise an eyebrow because that was a little weird, but I went along with it because whatever. I thought he was cute. I thought he was cute, I guess. So that's a little bit on me, but also like what a 180 to go from I love you to I'm not romantically attracted to you. Just, it was really fucking confusing. I was like, dude, what are you on about right now? But yeah, cis hets, am I right? But yeah, once, he had dumped me, and I wasn't doodling his scrawny ass in class anymore, and I was actually thinking about the class itself, and the fact that I wasn't enjoying this class, or any class, and the fact that doing homework and studying felt like a waste of time, especially because I had already done it for about 12 years of my life, and also, why would I do it for 4 more years, and pay thousands of dollars for it, tens of thousands of dollars for it, and be in great debt. So, yeah, I was like, I don't think I want to be here anymore. But yeah, so that's my fun little story. And my ex and I were only together for 2 weeks, so nothing crazy. It wasn't like it could have been way worse. Like, it was still a breakup, and I was still like, whatever. But yeah, not crazy interesting story. But, can I get this right? Okay, there we go. But yeah, it was just really weird and confusing and stupid. So I was like, what do you mean you're straight? Because, I don't know, man. We kind of smooched, and you were kind of the one that initiated it. But whatever. He was the one that like brought it up, so it's just like ironic. Cause oh god, now I'm fired up. Now I'm thinking about this. Cause when he first told me he wanted to date me, I didn't even want to date him at first. So it's just ironic, cause it's like he broke up with me when he was the one that started this. It's his fault. That, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just like ironic, it feels like. But anyway, we're done with the lineup. The both of us, we worked so hard on this. Okay, on to the next part.
Alright, so all the little silly bands have been drawn now. I've completed all 8 of them. And it's been a little while since I recorded the first 2/3 of this video. It's been Christmas. I got these. And it's like, you have to like plug it in to have them light up though. Let me take a great picture of my wire management right now. I'm gonna edit that in. But yeah, it also has a little recording thingy. But what's weird is when I have the lights on and this in use, there's a weird hum in the background, but I can edit that in post, but then it weirdly changes my voice like a little bit, so I sound kind of robotic. It doesn't matter and nobody cares. But anyway, couple things that have also happened since it's been a little while. One, my hair has been re-dyed. I still have my roots, but it's been re-dyed because I recently found out that my insurance won't cover top surgery unless I have 2 letters instead of 1. So that's fun. Hence the hair dye. Some of you get it. You get it. But also one thing, since I was like kind of ranting about my ex earlier, I might as well say this too. A couple days ago, he actually texted me. He actually got back to me and just said, you know, usual ex stuff like, oh, I miss you. I messed up. I want you back. I just want a second chance. I totally understand if you won't take me back, but you know, take me back. Just shit like that. And it was like, honestly, I was ecstatic that he texted me back. Not because I wanted him back, but I just like to feel wanted. You know what I mean? But yeah, I basically just texted back it was it was just weird that he texted me saying like he missed me. Like, yeah, of course you do.
Period.
Who wouldn't miss me? Like, I just have that effect on people. Like, you're not special for missing me. That's not gonna make me take you back. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to edit in the screenshots of the conversation or whatever. It's kind of boring. Like, it was honestly kind of anticlimactic. Cause then he was just like, oh my god, I really fucked up that badly, huh? Like, oh man. And then it was all about him and him being self-deprecating. And I'm just like, see, this is what, like, like, no, thank you, no thanks. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put ranting about my ex in the title. But yeah, back to silly bands. We're getting back into the silly bands. This is what it's all about. Alright, so first one up. Also, I was an idiot in the first part of this video because I was holding up the silly bands and you couldn't tell what they were. Shut up. Look, I got a little, hold up. See, now you can see them. Except I'm not gonna hold it up like that. I'm just gonna edit it in. And I'm too lazy, or actually I might actually do edit in the first part. And then what I'm saying right now is irrelevant. Okay, anyway, first one, cat one. Or at least, you know, kind of looks like a cat, right? And that's what I drew. I drew a cat. Pretty predictable, you know. I gave it some cute little spots. Gave it, a little collar. Has a little bell. Oh, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And, like, the anatomy is kind of weird. Like, the tail next to the body is a little weird. I mean, it looks fine for, like, what I'm doing right now, where it's, like, the silhouette. But I'm just, like, I feel like I could have made that look better. I don't know why I'm criticizing this. I could just go and edit it. I could just go and redraw that little part. Not going to. I'm gonna resist my perfectionist tendencies. But yeah, I've been adding recently, like, with my art style. Oh, I touched the mic. Like I mentioned earlier, how shading and lighting is just not my jam. It's not my jam. It is hard. Like, recently I made some, like, little stickers, and I put, like, the same things I put on this cat, like the little shinies, you know? Like yeah, you know what I'm talking about. like the little white lines. This is gonna be weird when I'm editing the time lapse over it, because I don't know if you see it yet in the time lapse, but you will, and you're gonna love it. Just no spoilers, or spoiler warning, I should say. But yeah, kind of like the colors. Oh, also, I first thought that I was gonna make it like more emotive, a little bit more emotive, and I made it like hungry, so I added the little thought bubble about it, like a hamburger or whatever, and then I decided no, that's stupid. And yeah, I'm talking out of order as you're seeing this. It doesn't matter. Don't shh, 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 shh. Don't worry about it. So yeah, there's the cat. There's the cat one. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next one. It had the little eyes, not the eyes, the bumps on the top of its head. So I was thinking it could be like a frog, and those are the eyes. Or it could be like a bear, and those are like the ears. So you know what I did? I drew a bear in a frog costume. It's pretty cute, huh? Pretty cute. I don't know if you can really tell it's a bear, but it's a bear. Oh, and there's also a little evil frog on the side. And also, since you can see the while I was recording it and I was talking about that one specific thing with the face, the characters with like fake cat ears and the anatomy or whatever. Yeah, you see that in the time lapse. Just shut up, okay? But yeah, there is also an evil little frog hiding behind. Yeah. Not, I haven't exactly figured out the whole lore of this yet. Oh god, if I made these all OCs, I could totally do that. Give them all really tragic backstories. Make them all queer. That's what OCs are for. Yeah, it's a bear. I don't know. Or it's a bear in a frog costume. Moving on. We're going through these quickly, okay? Next one is like a turtle. And I thought it looked like a turtle. I drew a turtle. Pretty predictable. I promise you, these get less predictable though. And for this, like it has like I added like a little like head to it, like an extra one, and at first I made it like kind of like sad or like angry, but then I was like, you know what? No, I'm not. No, I want to draw a happy deformity. You know what I'm saying? So I made it happy, and I also added like these red marks all over it, kind of like Leo from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are not the same markings, not in the slightest. But yeah, I just felt inspired by that queer to draw the little red marks all over it. And yeah. Oh, and I also added the little pink and red onto the shell too. That was cute. That was a last minute thing. But yeah, I feel like the big red mark in the middle of it, by the legs and feet and whatnot, I feel like it looks kind of off, or like it should be like, warped a bit more, so it looks like it's going around the body and not just like flat. But I don't feel like fixing it. Also, I kind of cheated with these legs, because a lot of times with the silhouette, I would change the thickness between different things. So like in between the front two legs, like there's kind of a little bit, like a little bit there, little bit of the separation there. But for the back two, there's a lot. there's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, obviously the anatomy on this is kind of weird, because it's hard to draw something from the silhouette first, like just the silhouette. There's nothing sketched in between. That's the whole point of this. But yeah, anyway, there's the little turtle inspired by Leo. This is my favorite one. This one I was the most proud of, and I think it looks the coolest. So again, this was another one that kind of looked like a cat, with like a little crown on it, but I didn't want to just draw another cat. So kind of like with the legs, how I drew like multiple ones, I kind of did that here, but they're less like legs and more just like blobs. And then I added some more blobs around it or on it, and I thought it would be cool to add a bunch of eyes, as you can see. That's ironic. And but get rid of the typical eyes, like where eyes would typically be, so they're just like closed and kind of like sewn shut. And also, I think this is also a cool detail, I didn't give her any teeth. It's just gums if you like zoom in. So yeah, I really like drawing these eyes, and it was pretty cool to I would copy and paste the line art of the eyes and then slightly shift it and change the color of it. So yeah, which gives it like more like detail, dimension, or something. Maybe. I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope it works. Also gave her like little freckles. I think it looks cute. But yeah, she's kind of cute and creepy. She's got a bunch of eyeballs, and also missing a couple eyeballs. So yeah, this one's my favorite. So, you know, it's also like a cat, you know, it's kind of predictable, but not too predictable. Because it's, you know, a little crazy here. I don't know what I was trying to say. Crazy? Yep. Now this next one is the gray thing that I made a fuss about. So this has 2 heads. This has 2 ends. This one I feel like is less detailed or kind of lazier. I don't know. Cause I did use one of those brushes on Procreate where it's like it draws the pattern for you, and I always feel like cheating using some of those, but like obviously it's like if you use it in certain ways and in different ways it's not cheating or whatever. But like I don't think I did that. I've messed with the opacity of it, like the gradient or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this one was like the most challenging for me, not because it was difficult, but because it wasn't. I don't know if that makes sense. It like it was kind of too simple, I feel like, but I don't know, whatever. On the left side, we got this, you know, this pristine, very Gorgina, uppity, like, you know, just kind of turning their nose away, like, I don't want to talk to you, bitch. Like, because they're stuck with this person all the time, you know? And this one, oh god, this one's just in agony. Pure agony. I'm zooming in on it on my computer that I'm looking at. It's just pure agony. They got these like X's and like crying eyes, and that mouth is nasty. But yeah, this is just a nasty little thing. Nasty little thing. Now the next one, this one was cool. This one is the one I was talking about, how it might be like a cupcake or something. And instead, I was like, well, first I thought it would be cool if I combined all the characters that I've drawn so far into a clump, but then I didn't want to redraw the past little characters, like the past little silly bands I've drawn, so I just drew new creatures, whatever these are. So this is like a sea theme or whatever. Like I started with like this little like seahorse on the left side, and the little person on the right side. The way like the head is like shaped, like kind of gives me like almost like a Simpsons feel, like that art style. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just like you know, like the way it's shaped, whatever. And then I also added like this little like manatee, the one in on the left, the one in purple, it's kind of cute. And then on the right, there's also like this other sort of manatee, but it's like different. Kind of hits different. So yeah, you can interpret this creature's chest as, I meant those to be like arms, but if you see something else, that's fine. It's art. Art is subjective, okay? Are they arms? Are they tits? The world will never know. But yeah, for the other two parts of this, I got a little lazy, okay? I just made it sort of like a seashell and also like coral or something. I hate looking at coral reefs. Like, as gorgeous as they are, they also make me really itchy. It's like trypophobia, like the fear of holes, but it's also like the fear of like bumps and like tubes and stuff. Like that crap just makes me itchy, like, and uncomfortable. Like, I'm a land animal. My brain was not meant to see all this stuff underwater. I'm getting distracted by my own hair. Okay. Oh, but also I really like the colors for this one, and I like kind of like blending them. And I forgot that I didn't use a background color for this, and the Procreate just put in black behind it instead of like white or whatever. So it looks, there's like a couple spots that look a little weird. Like they don't look as bright, but whatever, that's fine. Next one. Ooh, I kept with the sea theme, I guess. I originally had this silhouette turned the other way, where it looked very clearly like a seahorse, but I already kind of drew a seahorse, so I flipped it around, and I made this cute little thingy. And it's like, I guess it's also kind of like a sea creature, or maybe even like a little alien. I feel like if I gave it a different color palette, it would look more alien. You know what I mean? That's kind of interesting how colors can really like shape the mood of something and like change your interpretation, or whatever. I remember for like a English class project, we had to like draw something, and I drew like a lot of like, I don't know, random like shapes and colors because it was supposed to like inflict like emotion or whatever. And I drew this like one like green like sort of like half circle, and it had like pink in between or whatever, and it was like kind of like spiky, and people were like, oh, that's a watermelon. And I didn't mean for it to look like a watermelon, but that's what it looked like because of the colors. Pretty cool, I know. But yeah, I really like this little guy. He might be one of my favorites, honestly. I like his cute little mouth thingy and all his little pokies. I mean, if this was like a real creature and it looked realistic, I would not like all those, like looking at all those pokey bumps. Like, no. I should have added some shine to the eyes. Shoot, whatever. It's over. It's fine. I'm moving on. I remember hearing some artist talk, and she was saying how she never like starts a new art piece without finishing the last one, and that's great for her and it works for her, and that's awesome. That doesn't work for me, or else I will never start anything new. Also, like, sometimes I draw things like just to sketch them, and sometimes I want to like digitalize them and whatnot, and sometimes I don't. So it kind of so like even the definition of finish is kind of like out there for me, and like I don't want to get stuck on a single thing. Like, I'd rather just keep going because I'm a perfectionist. Technically, I could just never be done with a certain thing, but I don't want to do that. I like to keep moving. Ooh, but what I do like is, sometimes I'll like sketch something and I really hate how it looks. But if I like redraw it, it'll like look completely different. You know what I mean? Like if I draw something crappy and then I redraw it, it looks better. But when I draw something that looks good and I just want to draw it again to like practice that pose more, then it feels like it doesn't look as good. And it's like missing the bar and like something is just off and it's really frustrating. But yeah, cuz I was doing that I've been doing that recently for like a little bit, and I'm just like, it's weird cuz sometimes I'll redraw the sketch from just like a day or two ago and it feels really different. Then again, like recently just with my art, I kind of want to like not completely change my style, but like I definitely want to improve the way I go about drawing, just cuz a lot of my stuff like ends up very stiff. A lot of my stuff is stiff. A lot of my drawings are stiff. Okay, get your head out of the gutter. But yeah, enough about my stiff stuff. Moving on. This one is another little cluster thingy. This one was also a lot of fun. So we got like this little like dragon bird. I guess that's a dinosaur. But honestly, I was thinking it was more like maybe more like a phoenix kind of thing in the bottom right. I should have said it was in the bottom right first. Bottom right, this little like phoenix thingy, I think. That's how I interpret it, I guess. And I am the one who drew it, so you have to interpret it correctly. And then on the left is this little sharky, and the shark has a hole in it. And if you zoom in, hello? Why can't I zoom in on my computer? There we go. Alright, there's a cute little face. There's a cute little face in it with some little pale green hair. Isn't that cute? But yeah, also, keep bumping the mic. There's also this little booger thing that I don't like. Makes me very uncomfortable. And I never want to see it again. And then there's a chicken. Oh, I forgot I gave it mismatch eyes. That looks so cute. I'm so talented. You ever do that? You ever feel like you're the worst ever, and then you feel like you're the best ever? Just me? I doubt it, actually. But yeah, I really like this one. I also really like the colors again. I feel like I've gotten a lot better at picking colors digitally, like while digitally drawing. And also traditionally. But like with digital art especially, you have like all the colors at your disposal, and I'll edit them in. Like I have older drawings that where like the colors like just seemed kind of like really pale, and they wouldn't stand out a whole lot, and they wouldn't like go together either, or they didn't go as well as they could have. Like with other stuff, with other colors. But yeah, so there's all of the silly bands drawn. I have guessed their, not the silhouettes, but their innards or whatever. And you know, I don't think I got most of them right. Honestly, I wasn't going for correct, clearly. I was going more for, you know, just having fun with it and being creative, all that junk. But yeah, this video has already gone on way too long. This recording here alone is another 25 minutes. So yeah, thanks for sticking around or skipping around, cause I'm gonna use the hell out of that new YouTube feature where you can fucking title little chapters. I love that. Honestly, I've already thought of little names for them, and I'm having a ball with it. Like, it's oddly fun. But yeah, I'm done. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe or whatever. And I guess you could comment. You don't have to. I don't need it. Or whatever. I don't even care. But yeah, if you liked this content and you want to see more, tell me. If you want to see more drawing stuff, tell me. If you want to see more early 2000s stuff, don't tell me. Because I don't know anything much. Even though I was there. I was there for the early 2000s. But, whatever. I'll just give you drawing content or whatever. I do have a video about, a Rise-related video. Sorry, hit that mic. So, yeah, if you could subscribe and stick around for that. But, yeah. It's just like a little compilation kind of thingy. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Now get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. Leave. Get out of here. Play the end card or whatever. Ooh, am I gonna have to draw an end card? That'll be fun. I kind of don't want to draw another thing. I'm done drawing. Forever. I quit. No more drawing content then, I guess.